A very good morning, dear children. Today we will continue with chapter 18, Observing Space and Telescopes. In the last class we learnt about optical telescopes. In that we learnt about Newtonian and Cassegrain, and when we learnt, we understood that these are the telescopes which receive visible radiations. Okay, but we know that there are many heavenly bodies that emit radio waves. So, to receive the radio waves that are emitted by the heavenly bodies, we need to have different kinds of telescopes. One such telescope that receives the radio waves emitted by the heavenly body is called as a radio telescope. And today we will be learning about radio telescope. Radio telescope is made from dishes that are of parabolic shape. Why is it made up of this shape? Is mainly because the radio waves that reach the surface of the dish, it gets reflected and it converges or it meets at a particular point called as a focus, as you can see here. Wherever these rays are meeting, exactly at that focal point, there is a receiver that is placed. A radio receiver is placed at the focal point, and the information that is gathered by this receiver is passed on to the computer, which analyzes it and it constructs an image from where it is coming, or it constructs an image of the source. A very large radio telescope is located at Narayangaon near Pune. It is called GMRT, that is Giant Meter Wave Radio Telescope. This is an area that extends to approximately 25 kilometers. And on this area you have 30 dishes which are arranged in a specific manner. Each has a diameter of 45 meter. Now, GMRT gives you exactly the same data that you would have got from a telescope which would be as large as 25 kilometer in diameter. So these 30 dishes, they're all working as one single telescope. They give you information of one single telescope, which would have been, if I had taken a telescope as large as 25 kilometer diameter, how much data that one telescope would give me, that same data these 30 dishes are giving me. Why are we taking so many dishes then instead of taking one? That's mainly because it becomes very simple to manage smaller dishes other than managing one single large dish. Scientists have studied the solar system, solar winds, the hydrogen clouds with the help of GMRT, and scientists from all over the world, they come to India to make use of this one facility. Now we know that visible light and radio waves which are emitted by the heavenly body, they have to pass through the Earth's atmosphere and then reach the Earth's surface. That is why the optical telescopes, radio telescopes, they are all kept or arranged on the surface of the Earth. But these Earth-based telescopes, they have a lot of problem in making good quality observation. What are these problems? The visible light coming from the heavenly body, it has to pass through the Earth's atmosphere so that it reaches the Earth's surface. Now during its journey, the first problem is that some of the light gets absorbed by the atmosphere and the intensity of the light decreases. Second problem is that there are changes in atmospheric pressure and atmospheric temperature. Because of this change, the atmosphere gets disturbed, or there is disturbances in the atmosphere, which again causes the light ray to change its path slightly. So the position of the image gets shaken. Also during the day, we know we cannot use optical telescopes because of sunlight, and during the night, because of the city lights and because of the cloudy weather, there is a lot of difficulty in observing the heavenly body. Now to reduce all these problems, Most of the time, the optical telescopes are situated on top of the mountains or in uninhabited places. However, even if you want to completely get rid of all these problems, we should actually place the telescope in space itself. These problems do not exist in space, and the image that is obtained by the space telescopes, they are very bright and very clear, and they remain at one place. Scientists have actually put this idea into reality. In 1990, NASA launched a optical telescope which is called as the Hubble telescope. This is a telescope which has a mirror of the diameter of 94 inches, and it orbits the Earth at the height of 589 kilometers from the Earth's surface. In 1999, NASA launched an X-ray telescope which was named Chandra after the famous Indian scientist Subramaniam Chandrasekhar. This was used for studying the X-rays that come from the heavenly objects. There were special mirrors which were used to reflect the X-rays. This has given a lot of useful information about stars and galaxies also. Now we know NASA, which we just now learnt. I told you examples, two examples were given. One was Hubble telescope and one Chandra. Both was launched by NASA. NASA is a US based organization. The Indian organization that is involved in space research is ISRO, that is Indian Space Research Organization. ISRO was established in 1969, and till date it has launched large number of satellites. INSAT, INSAT. INSAT stands for Indian National Satellite. GSAT, GSAT, that is Geosynchronous Satellite. The word geosynchronous basically indicates that its motion or its orbiting period is exactly like that of the Earth. So for a person who's observing it from the Earth's surface, it appears to be motionless, or it appears to be in one place, to remain in one place. That is why it's called geosynchronous. It is in sync with the Earth's orbiting period. INSAT and GSAT are the two satellites which has been launched by ISRO, and these have helped in communication, in broadcasting, in meteorological services. It is because of INSAT and GSAT that telephone, television, internet services, they are available everywhere in the country. EduSat. EduSat satellite, as you obviously will understand by its word, it is exclusively used for education. IRS, Indian Remote Sensing Satellite. IRS, Indian Remote Sensing Satellite. This is a satellite, or there are series in it, which has been used to monitor and manage the natural resources. It has helped in study of forest, deserts, oceans, polar ice. It has also helped and in guiding during the case of disasters or natural calamities like flood and earthquake. Now, in 2015, ISRO had launched a satellite called as the Astrostat. This is a satellite which has ultraviolet as well as X-ray detectors and telescopes. This is a unique system where you have different kinds of telescopes in one single satellite. The Indian scientists are studying various aspects of the universe using the data obtained from these telescopes. I hope this entire lesson is clear to all of you. It's a very interesting chapter. Thank you.